The Jupiter UK Dynamic Equity Fund lists in a portfolio of UK listed companies and is benchmarked against the UK FTSE All Share Index. We broadly invest in what you would describe as value equities. This fund invests in a cohort of stocks that we would call business transformation. We talk about value recovery, we're value investors, and value creation through business transformation. We take a hands-on approach to investment. We invest in a very focused portfolio of companies that are going through management and strategic changes to improve future outcomes. That process we have been running for 15 years, and it has delivered through a range of different market conditions and has delivered investors idiosyncratic returns. So that's returns that are not dependent on the economic or stock market cycle, but determined by the improvements that are undertaken within the businesses themselves. This fund invests in a focused portfolio of investments. We typically invest in around 35 companies, which are drawn from the FTSE All Share Index. We have a focus on more liquid companies. We typically invest in FTSE 350, that's the FTSE 100, and then the lower 250 index. We are also running high conviction positions. We like to understand what we invest in, and so we try and undertake as much work as possible to think about the management and strategic changes that are going on within the company, to think about the risks that we're taking on with your capital when we invest in these businesses. We spend a lot of time thinking about balance sheet risk. We spend a lot of time thinking about business risk. But typically the companies that we invest in are diversified across a wide range of sectors and actually present in lots of geographies. So we wouldn't call out any specific geographic or sector risk to be concerned about. We take a highly engaged approach to investment. It is at the heart of this process. We pride ourselves on acting like business owners and taking an ownership approach. If we invest in 1 share or 1 million shares or 10 million shares, we mentally park ourselves on the board of that company and think about the things that matter. We are interested in all areas of ESG. We are interested in corporate governance, and we are particularly interested in financial discipline and capital allocation. We will engage with companies where we think it matters, where it is financially material to a company. And our work is focused on helping companies become the best that they can be, whether it's environmentally, whether it's socially, or whether it's through governance, but particularly through capital allocation. We like to think of the Jupiter UK Dynamic Equity Fund as a core fund. It invests in a highly liquid and diversified range of business transformation investments. It has been doing so through various guises for many years and has had a long track record of success. There has been a history of delivering returns that have been idiosyncratic. About 80% of the returns that are generated by this fund are from stock selection rather than the asset allocation return that you might get. That's being exposed to certain macroeconomic themes, for example, or certain geographies. It's more about the bottom up, what's going on at company level, and we really do think that's core. We think it's a predictable and repeatable process around business transformation, around change. And so we would very much think that this fund fits into any investor's portfolio that wants a tightly managed, repeatable process that has a history of generating returns regardless of the wider economic cycle.